Breaking a sugar addiction can feel like an uphill battle, especially when it's wrapped up in the goal of losing weight. Sugar sneaks into so many parts of our daily lives that it's easy to find ourselves craving it without even realizing how deep the habit has become. We all know the feeling, that little nudge after dinner, the irresistible urge for something sweet in the afternoon. And then there's that guilt that creeps in after indulging, the nagging feeling that you've just set yourself back in your quest for weight loss. You're not alone. Studies have shown that sugar can be as addictive as drugs. When you eat sugar, it triggers the release of dopamine in your brain, giving you a quick hit of pleasure and energy, which is why it can be so hard to quit. The more you eat, the more your brain craves it, and over time, you need larger amounts to get the same reward. This cycle can make it feel nearly impossible to break free, but there are ways to do it. A good place to start is by recognizing how sugar affects your body. Refined sugars spike your blood sugar levels quickly, giving you that burst of energy, but the crash that follows leaves you feeling tired and craving more sugar. This yo-yo effect on your blood sugar can lead to overeating, and often those extra calories come from foods that won't help with weight loss. By cutting back on sugar, you could stabilize your blood sugar levels, making it easier to manage hunger and energy levels throughout the day. One of the simplest ways to start cutting sugar is to pay attention to what you're drinking. Soft drinks, energy drinks, and even some juices can be loaded with added sugars. Switching to water, herbal teas, or unsweetened beverages can dramatically reduce your sugar intake without too much effort. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that reducing sugary drinks could lead to significant weight loss over time, particularly in people who consumed a lot of them. Food cravings can also be triggered by emotional factors. Many people turn to sugary foods as a form of comfort when they're stressed or anxious. The pandemic, with all its uncertainties, has amplified this for many people. Emotional eating is a real challenge, and managing stress through other outlets like exercise, mindfulness, or even just talking to a friend can reduce the urge to seek out sugar. For many people, the hardest part of cutting sugar is dealing with withdrawal symptoms. When you first reduce your sugar intake, your body may protest. Headaches, irritability, and even anxiety are common during the first few days. It's important to remember that this is temporary. Your body is adjusting to the lower levels of sugar, and after a few days, the cravings will start to fade. That's when you'll notice a change in your energy levels, mood, and even your sleep. Without the constant sugar highs and lows, your body can settle into a more consistent rhythm. Interestingly, one of the best ways to fight sugar cravings is by eating more fat. Healthy fats, like those found in avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, help you feel fuller for longer, reducing the temptation to reach for sugary snacks. A study published in The Lancet found that people who followed a low-carb, high-fat diet were able to lose more weight and reduce their cravings for sugar compared to those on a low-fat diet. It's also helpful to get familiar with the different names for sugar on food labels. Sugar isn't always labeled as sugar on ingredients lists. Terms like high fructose corn syrup, cane juice, dextrose, and maltose are just a few examples of added sugars hiding in your food. Processed foods, even those that seem healthy like granola bars or yogurt, can be loaded with these hidden sugars. By cooking more at home and preparing meals from whole foods, you can have better control over the amount of sugar you're consuming. One trick that can help when the sugar cravings hit is to satisfy your sweet tooth with natural sugars from fruits. Unlike processed sweets, fruits come with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that help regulate your blood sugar levels. Instead of a candy bar, try reaching for an apple, some berries, or a handful of grapes. You'll still get a sweet taste, but without the energy crash that refined sugars cause. It's worth noting that getting enough sleep can play a big role in sugar cravings. When you're tired, your body seeks out quick sources of energy, often leading to cravings for sugary foods. A study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine showed that people who don't get enough sleep are more likely to crave and consume sugary, high-calorie foods. Aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night can help keep those cravings at bay. If you're finding it hard to quit sugar completely, don't be too hard on yourself. Progress is more important than perfection. You don't have to eliminate sugar overnight. Start by cutting back on the biggest sources of sugar in your diet and make small, gradual changes. Each time you say no to a sugary treat, you're strengthening your ability to resist future cravings. Over time, your palate will adjust, and you'll find that you don't crave sugar in the same way you used to. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. The real magic happens when you start to unmask the reasons behind your cravings. This goes beyond the physical side of things like blood sugar levels or dopamine hits. The connection between sugar addiction and our emotions is deep. Maybe sugar has become your go-to reward after a stressful day. Maybe it's what you turn to when you're bored or seeking comfort. Recognizing the emotional patterns that lead to sugar cravings is a game changer. When you can start to identify the moments when sugar calls your name, when you're tired, stressed, or just out of habit, you gain power over the addiction. You can catch yourself in those moments and make a different choice. It's not about willpower or strict rules, but about awareness and intention. The next time you find yourself reaching for a sugary snack, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what do I really need right now? Sometimes it might be a break, a moment of relaxation, or even just a glass of water. By meeting those needs without sugar, you start to break the emotional connection. This shift in perspective can transform your relationship with sugar and food overall. You'll no longer see sugar as the enemy, but as something you're in control of. When you reach that point, your body begins to feel the difference. Weight loss becomes more attainable, and your energy will be steady throughout the day. It's a journey that takes time, but every small step forward brings you closer to a healthier, more balanced life.